We have just touched down in Newark, New Jersey for NPC Universe, where amateurs will have an opportunity to reach a goal that they have set out for ever since they started their bodybuilding career, earning their IFBB Pro cards. Now, I get a lot of questions. Alex, what are your tips for me to turn pro? What are the characteristics of being a pro? And as an IFBB Pro myself, an Olympian, and also a coach who has helped people reach that milestone, I think I can help with that. But first,
fingers on the post, avocado and toast, leather seats, jet plane, always ready to go. Catch a suntan on the roof of the yacht, a penthouse elevator, take us up to the top.
But first, coffee, the nectar of all coaches on show day. Now, we have just pulled up to the venue. This is Prejudging, day one. There's 2 days for this show. We have females on day one. I have one client stepping on stage for her bikini pro card. And then tomorrow, 2 men's physique guys. So fingers crossed. We know it's not easy to get your pro card. There's a lot of trials and tribulations en route to get here. Matter of fact, this is a perfect opportunity to express one of the most important tips that anybody needs to know going into a show.
In 2023, Selena stepped on stage at NPC Nationals where she placed 6th place. Based on the feedback that we got from the judges, we decided to implement an offseason in order to focus on strengthening some of her weaknesses while double downing on her strengths. Fast forward to 2024, just 2 weeks out from Junior Nationals, Selena stepped on stage and won an overall at the Dallas Europa, looking absolutely phenomenal and clear improvements from the year prior. Fast forward, we stepped on stage at Junior Nationals, and it's safe to say it didn't go as we planned. 5th place. It was an improvement from the year before, but it certainly wasn't truly indicative to the detail, the effort, and simply the hard work that went into the offseason, the perfection that was executed in order to get to where we were getting to. Now, like we said, there were clear improvements, but the judges didn't think that it was warranted of a pro card on that day. And a lot of times in situations like that, especially after coming off of a high, an overall victory, a lot of people would fold. A lot of people wouldn't know what to do. They would get demotivated. They would start questioning whether or not they actually belonged. And that's not what Selena did. You know, she buckled down. Fast forward, NPC Universe. Not only did she place 1st place, earning her IFBB Pro card. Now, I tell this story because I want people to understand there's highs and lows that come with this sport. If you aren't able to manage the highs and the lows and ride the midline, you're going to find yourself in an emotional roller coaster throughout the entire process of your career. And take it from somebody who stepped on the Olympia stage, placed 14th in the world, and their very next show dropped all the way back to 8th place. This sport, you will lose more than you will ever win. That's the reality of it. No matter how good you are, the reality is losses are in your future. So in order to make sure that you are the consistent best version of yourself, you use those moments, the lows, the losses, in order to springboard you to a better version of yourself. And you get better managing those situations throughout. My biggest recommendation, ride the midline. Whether it's a win, whether it's a loss, it does not matter, because it's an any given Sunday sport. And if you continue to improve and focus on bringing the best version of you, you will be rewarded, whether it's on that day or a day nearby.
Like, I'm anxious when I'm looking, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, you look perfect. Then I'm not looking at it from a judge's perspective,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm looking at you head on, meanwhile the judges are looking at you from a slight angle. Bro, this shit is gonna be a movie. I think you'll have the best conditioning on stage. I think you'll have one of the best presentations on stage. And then when it comes to the detail, that's what I noticed I'm missing with a lot of these guys. That's the biggest thing that I missed, or I noticed.
Come on. Hold it down, hold it down. Hold it. Let's go! Let's go! Fuck I'm talking about. Oh my God. Fucking anxiety attack, bro. Nah. That's Tyler's look, baby. That's what I'm talking about. If you have the, my God. Can I stand right here? I just want to see my girl. Come on. You ain't gonna get in trouble?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm not even worried about getting in trouble, but I did thought you won in India.
See? Come on. You can't let me. I appreciate you, bro. How about it?
Oh man.
Oh, I was freaking out. I was freaking out.
I couldn't find you. I could hear you, but I couldn't find you.
I was dead middle. I was like, yeah, I was like dead middle running back and forth. I felt so bad for the people behind me, but I was like, I don't care right now. I don't care right now. They actually started laughing, but how you feel?
I feel really good. I feel really good.
All right, let's not fuck this up now.
I am like overwhelmed with joy. Yeah, I'm super happy. I don't know, just like speechless. I felt super comfortable, and it was like a calming show. Like the music's not blasting, and people were very quiet backstage. It felt really nice, leading up to his show. It just felt very zen, and I'm shocked. Like there was canceled flights, there was whatever. I mean, I was just kind of like, if I'm meant to be there, I'm meant to be there, and if it's my time, it's my time. If not, nothing about my life changes. It's what I have to remind myself. It's like nothing about what I'm gonna do after this show is gonna change. So to me, it's just another day to like get to go up there and like see what I did in my off season and like peel it all back and be like, all right, this is what we did. And whether or not the judges like it, like, which they did today. So they wanted Fuller, we brought Fuller.
The stressors of life never stop. And when you compound that with the stressors of what it takes to be a professional bodybuilder, it's safe to say you are going to be asked and put into situations that are going to force you to make a judgment call of being a lesser bodybuilder if you succumb to those crazy stressors. I have learned in life that there's times where you're going to simply lose those battles. And that's the reality of the situation, right? Somebody passes away. You get trapped in an airport. You are stuck in a storm and you're unable to get your food. Trust me, as a coach, I have seen everything and all the excuses in the world. But I've also seen all of those excuses. I've seen people maximize and find a way to get things done. And I've also seen people simply find a reason not to. And it's a very clear difference in the trajectory of those who find a way versus the people who find an excuse. Now, again, even if we do lose those battles, even if we're unable to execute on those days, I have found that it's the people who allow the bad to continue to compound that set them back even further, not just mentally, but that will then transition to physically. So if something does bad happen in your life, someone does pass away, you do lose your job, your significant other, do not allow the stressors of those situations to make you a lesser person or simply allow you to give up on your goals. I always say you're allowed to be hurt. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to not be okay. It's okay. But I'm telling you guys right now, you will truly regret allowing those circumstances to make you a lesser version of yourself while also giving up and just pulling back on the goals that you set out for yourself.
Amazing presence. You handled it like you look like her. Right? This whole prep was handled like a pro, mastered it like a pro. The reason why it was very clear that you worked with us. All right? Not done yet. Anything can happen.
I know.
Right? So
For sure.
turning off what you might think happened.
Yeah.
You never know. Trust me. I've been in a situation where I thought I had it and I wasn't. Right? No matter what. We know we got significantly better.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just make sure that we can control from this point out.
All right, so the first characteristic that I see in a lot of successful pros is mainly is the experience level and also just the dedication level, the structure. Once you stay committed to a process that you know that is working and you're seeing it work, you become more invested in yourself to take yourself to the next level. Me personally, being an amateur for 4 years before getting my pro card taught me a lot about losing. So the losses are what define me to be a better pro, better athlete. And the pro card is just a status, to be honest. So, it's just working up in levels, and then once you get there, you start at the bottom again. So even being a pro, you start at the bottom because then you're competing with the best of the best to go to the Olympia to be an even top level pro.
I realized that not a lot of people are really, really striving for what we truly want in this field, which is to go pro, and we don't really realize what it takes. And we start to question every single move. And I think Alex just put it in perspective for me. And he's like, no, you're doing it. You're doing what you need to do. And you just need to keep doing it and stay in your lane.
I can't grow.
And now that I finally get a moment to myself, we're still in the venue. I just wanted to pick up the camera and I guess kind of vent. You know, I think a lot of the recent videos have been more about me, you know, my series, my prep, and just me getting on stage. And in this moment right now, I just couldn't be more proud of what we've been able to accomplish off the stage. You know, as a coach who is an active competitor, it's not easy, man. Again, I travel a lot and I am put in situations where I am asked to sacrifice a lot of the focus that is typically required for me to be excellent in my craft and focus on others being excellent in theirs. And today was just one of those days that reminded me that all of that is worth it. All of the sacrifice, all of the early mornings and late nights. And I'm sure if you're a coach watching this right now, you can relate to what I'm saying, but this moment is just special, man. You know, you work so hard to see people who are deserving getting just that, what they're deserved. And from the start, from the off season into where we currently are right now, Selena, she did it. She's an IFBB pro, and it wasn't easy. There's a lot of trials and tribulations. Just 2 weeks ago, she placed 5th place, and now she not only earned her IFBB pro card by winning her class, but she was battling it out for the overall and placed 2nd in the overall. You know, that's such a big feat, and we got the feedback from Tyler Manning himself. He said, jump right into a pro show. She is ready. And hearing that is just everything as a coach. So job's not done. And there is still a lot of unfinished business to do for team reform and my coaching career, just even in this season. But in this moment, it's just such a special moment. And Selena, congratulations. Job's not done though. Let's get it.
Let's go! Let's go! Hold it down! Hold it down!
218 switch, please.
Hold it down, Dwayne! Hold it down! Let's go! Lock it in, baby! Lock it in!
Please, back.
Open up! Open up! Let's fucking go!
Please, one.
What's up, bro? This is gonna be the best fucking ever,
Bro, the best your back has ever looked.
That's why you said hold it. That was like, when you yell, I know it's good.
What I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, because I want you to reset. When you're hitting your front shot, okay? When you're hitting your front shot, statue, have a tendency of, okay? Lock in on something, even if it's not the judges. Like,
That's amazing. I
lock
look at
in,
Tyler.
breathe. You're looking at the judges when you do it. You reset when they're not looking at you, or when they're moving somebody else. That's when you reset.
Like, let it sink in. Let it sink in right now, because hey, job's not done yet. You're not a pro yet. Like, not yet. Turn it off. Turn it off. You're an amateur right now, so take the steps. It's hitting me now. Shit. Oh man. Fuck. All right.
Yeah, it's kidding me.
I'm gonna text you the game plan because I know you're gonna forget it.
Yeah,
all right?
yeah, good, good. I'll be back in like.
Go find a place to relax.
Then I'm gonna cry if I get a pro card.
And this is the fun part about being an active competitor while also being a coach, because your grind never stops and your brain never turns off in the same breath when you're coaching all these clients. So a lot of cool opportunities to train in different gyms. So we're gonna go get it lifted.
Can't keep it down, time's running out. Here we go. Come with me now. Stand up and shout. Let them all know. We're gonna let them all know. Not anymore. I'm keeping score. Here we go. Stop on the floor. Knock down the door. Let them all know. We're gonna let them all know. We got the power. We got the power. Let's start a revolution.
And the tip that I want you guys to take away the most is actually the advice that I got very early in my career, well before a pro card was even in conversation. But you need to dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. In other words, if you want to be a pro, you need to act like a pro before you get the title. I see it often where amateurs act like amateurs. They make the mistakes of amateurs. Now, don't get me wrong. As an amateur, you are allowed to make mistakes. You're supposed to make mistakes. That's how you build a stronger foundation. So once you are a pro, you already know what not to do. And also, you simply have had trials and tribulations. But there are certain characteristics of being a professional. You are who you are most consistently, and you want to make sure that you show up for yourself in a professional manner. There's a big difference between being a professional and being a pro. You can be a professional before you're a pro. And you want to make sure that your professional approach to the sport of bodybuilding is front and center in everything that you do. Whether it's the prep, reverse, off season, it doesn't matter. Because that's going to set you up for being a very successful pro.